जय हरि 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 पद्मनाभ
जय हो जय हो जय हो
जय हो जय हो लज्जा হচ্ছে কি জয় हो जय हो
Hare Krishna. So now we will stand up and do the Bharati. Then after we can go for the Guru. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Everybody say your business. Jai Shri Prabhupada. Jai Jai Prabhupada. Hare Krishna. So now we have a message. We all have a message from Sikhimain Prabhu about the video. She's going to speak. Now you all have a seat. And we're going to hear from Srila Prabhupada directly.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Prabhupada ki. Is in every town and village, what did Lord Chaitanya say? The Mahamantra would be chanted, right? But imagine that is 500 years ago. If you wanted to go from Navadvip to Jagannath Puri, how did you go? There's no train. There's no bus, there's no airplane. You have to walk. And even walking, they make you pay tax for walking on the road. So how is it every town and village that name is going to be chanted when they're just walking like that? So that's the prediction of Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. He did it. So many acharyas came to establish everything. His Guru Maharaj sent devotees to the UK, Germany, but somehow or another it didn't take. And Srila Prabhupada spent his entire life until he was 70 years old, and he finally come over here. And how did he arrive? He had a nice place to stay, have some money, all these things? No. He had 40 rupees.
Nice.
And his rubber shoes, and it's going to be winter time, like we had snow, right? It's going to be snow. And he looks right, he looks left. And he sits under that tree in Thompson Square Park and starts chanting, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even he was thinking, well, let me try, and every month you go and check to see when is the boat going back. You go, let me stay a little longer, let me stay a little longer. 1966. 9 years later, temples everywhere. He's traveling all over the world. By that time, by 1975, Krishna conscious movement was really firmly established. Srila Prabhupada took a trip that he didn't normally take. Normally he'd come to America, UK, like at Japan, because in Japan they were publishing his books. So he had to meet with the printing press. But this time, in 75, when he came, he went to South America. He went to Mexico. He went to Venezuela. He came to Miami. And these are places he hadn't been, but when he visited those places, he saw like this, Gordy Thai deities. Like, you see these deities? In those days, this was the standard they would buy in 75. Just like this. If you go to Mexico City, Venezuela, Miami, you see like this. It takes 4 people to pick up one of those DVDs. Solid. And he saw all these people chanting. He had not been there, but he could see it's established. Without him coming, Mexicans are chanting Hare Krishna, Venezuelans, Miami, and he's going into ecstasy to see that actually this is established. And he comes to Atlanta. And here they had the devotees were traveling in these Greyhound bus. They made 2 temples, 6 buses. And they would travel all over the country. They all met here in Atlanta. This little bitty temple room, 6 buses of brahmacharis, plus the local devotees. And when he came in and he saw this going time, he went into ecstasy. Because he realized at that time that mission has been established. He did it. He did it. He was convinced at that point. And he could only speak for 1 minute. He was in such ecstasy, seeing so many devotees here. So this Atlanta temple is very historic because of that moment. As a matter of fact, so many things he did here. He said on this same Vyasasan, this exact same Vyasasan, not the same cloth, but the stone and everything. You all may be aware, Shambhihari, they remodeled all this floor and everything. Can we change the Vyasasan? No, don't change it. And Prabhupada put his feet on it. He sat on it. The kitchen used to be in Sweta's office over here. And he named this temple at that time New Panihati Dham because he said Nityananda's mercy is manifested here. Nityananda is very merciful. He said Krishna came to save us 5,000 years ago, right? And he said, what did he say? I will give you love of Godhead, but what do you have to do?
Surrender.
He said, you have to surrender. Right? So abandon everything, surrender to me. 5,000 years later, nobody surrendered, right? So Mahaprabhu, what did he say? You don't have to surrender, just chant Hare Krishna. I'll just give it to you. Just take this Maha Mantra. And for those who won't take the Maha Mantra, Nityananda, he's falling at their feet, begging them. So this is Nityananda. You cannot get the mercy of Krishna without the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, right? And you can't get the mercy of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu without the mercy of Nityananda. And you get the mercy of Nityananda through Guru Parampara and specifically Srila Prabhupada. It's a special mercy he has, a special power. They take all these Western lectures. Imagine writing, you all remember when you write in America, it was shocking, huh? Wasn't it? These people are really low life. But through his mercy, he delivered this Krishna Bhakti, this Krishna praying. So we're going to show this video. I was taking a little time because I'm waiting for Balabhadra to come. He's getting here, hopefully. We'll show the video of Prabhupada's visit here. Devotees will be talking. Afterwards, what we want to do is, you all think about Srila Prabhupada and how he has affected your life. What does he mean in your life? So some of you could please express that. It would be very nice to hear these realizations. So you can do that? Right? You can express and share this, your ecstasies of Prabhupada to inspire all of us so that, because the reason people may think, why does he have this big chair sitting like this with this murti? You go to most temples, you don't see acharya like this, do you? But so that we can keep that mercy, that power of Prabhupada there, because that's where it's coming from. Therefore, he established this. And this should go on for the next 10,000 years. Prabhupada as the acharya of Iskcon. No matter who your guru is. We are here to satisfy Srila Prabhupada. And everyone is working as a family toward that. That's our goal. Whatever we do, if you want to make Prabhupada happy, that will make your life perfect and you'll become very happy. Srila Prabhupada ki. Yeah. So, without further ado, come on, Prabhupada. I was in Chicago at that time. I was not here in Atlanta. In those days, Prabhupada did not want everybody following him. So if you came to Atlanta and you're in Chicago, you stay in Chicago. Imagine right now, we said, Srila Prabhupada's in New York, everybody get up and run out with him. Nobody's going to stay here. You're going to get to New York no matter what it costs to see Prabhupada. So we all serve Prabhupada in this way in separation. But he came to Chicago twice. Hare Krishna.
And that Saturday is dedicated to His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. So we want more and more devotees to come for this because we want to actually introduce how we worship spiritual master and you get the mercy of the spiritual master by worshipping him, by offering flowers and by following his instruction. I know many of you in your life, Prabhupada books are touched to you, is it not?
Yes.
So it's very important that we worship the spiritual master, Srila Prabhupada, and Srila Prabhupada is the actually primary Shiksha Guru for all Iskcon followers. And you may have a Guru in Iskcon, but Prabhupada is the Shiksha Guru, primary Shiksha Guru for everyone. This is actually the resolution passed by the governing body of commission, Iskcon, that we accept Prabhupada as the primary Shiksha Guru for all Iskcon followers. So that's why Prabhupada, we want to encourage Ballabhadra, who has introduced this Super Saturday for Srila Prabhupada's very nice program. We will start it again. So we'll continue with it. So we want more and more devotees to come. Please tell your friends and families that once in a month, on Super Saturday, on the first Saturday of the month, please bring your friends and families and they see how we worship spiritual master and they'll get to hear directly from Srila Prabhupada. Some of you can hear this Prabhupada lecture also on YouTube, or if you have videotapes, or you can also in audio tapes. Prabhupada lectures are available. You can hear directly from Prabhupada. Thank you all for coming. So we'll have Prabhupada lecture now and then Ballabhadra is on the way. And then I think Shikimati Prabhu will also say to you, he already spoke to you about what Prabhupada actually touched you in your life. And you can speak that. And then we'll have prasadam by 8:15 we'll have prasadam. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
When Prabhupada arrived at the airport, it was a very ecstatic moment for me because I saw Atlanta Airport as being a place where Prabhupada performed his pastimes. So I always connected book distribution with Prabhupada performing his pastimes because I knew that that service meant so much to him, and I always felt his presence when I was distributing books. And having him in the airport, the place where at one time more books were distributed than any other place on this planet, was very ecstatic because to me it was the Don. And there he was in that place. It was overwhelming. I was just so ecstatic.
In order to let the devotees get to the temple first, I took a long route. So we drove through this excellent neighborhood and then came to the temple. The devotees had already arrived, and there was this ocean of devotees, all in complete ecstasy with their hands, reaching up to the Vaikuntha. And Srila Prabhupada just beamed from ear to ear, just beamed. And you could feel it in the car. You could just feel the ecstatic energy emanating from him. So as the car pulled up to the temple, Prabhupada got up, and no one's feet were on the ground. It was another part of the Bhagavatam where it describes the Maharaj Yudhishthira's kingdom. No one felt anxiety, no one felt pain of hunger or thirst or separation from relatives or all these things that we are constantly disturbed by at that time. No one felt it. You did not feel the pain of being in the material world. It was Vaikuntha. And Srila Prabhupada was the conductor of the orchestra, and we were all members of the orchestra playing our different parts.
In Atlanta, Prabhupada began his lectures not by singing Jayarada Madhava, but by singing Parama Karuna, Pahum Dvijana Nitai Urachandra, in a very slow, moving melody. The temple was not large, so it provided an intimate setting. And there, Prabhupada gave one particular lecture, which I'll always remember. The lecture only lasted 3 minutes. I was sitting right in front of him, and he began to explain how Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda are so merciful. They're giving Krishna, although no one knows who is Krishna. And he urged, take shelter of Lord Chaitanya. As he was speaking like that, his voice full of wonder and devotion, just 2 minutes into the lecture, his voice began to crack. And as I sat in front of him, I saw the tears shoot from his eyes, like coming from a syringe. And then Prabhupada just stopped speaking and, without another word, climbed off the Vyasasana and left. And devotees who were with him when he went to his quarters said he didn't speak at all about what had happened.
On Monday morning, Tamal Krishna Maharaj took all of us, about 80 devotees. There were 3 bus parties who had converged to Atlanta to see Srila Prabhupada. We all went into Prabhupada's room. Prabhupada started to lean against his bolster, and he spoke about brahmachari life. And he said, my Guru Maharaj, Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, loved this brahmachari life. He said, you can sleep anywhere, but if you get married, then you have to get an apartment, and so much trouble. So when those 3 words came out of his mouth, my jaw dropped. I was like shocked. I thought, he's trying to save us. He's trying to save us. Then his smile went off his lips, he became grave, and his eyes became deep, and he said, so, the senses will bite. They will demand satisfaction, he said. Then he pointed his finger at us, but you preach. Then he put his hand up, and he prayed to Krishna. And Krishna can make this itching sensation go away. And he flipped his hand, poof. But then his hand went like this. But if it does not go away, and he pointed in the back of the room was standing Gadidas and Ajadas. Then like them you can take. He did not insist that we remain brahmachari. But my Guru Maharaj very much liked this brahmachari life. And that's how he ended his talk. And as soon as he ended it that way, I thought, that's it. No more questions. That's what I'm going to do. I was completely convinced. And the crux of his conversation was preach. That was the most impressionable thing of my entire devotional life.
When Prabhupada saw this golden type, he named this new body Adinam, and I also represented an outline of a book, Life in its Origin, about 12 to 14 chapters in this book. And so Prabhupada approved all of them. And then Prabhupada said, but you should have 1 more chapter in this book. So the title was, Original Life is about Krishna. And then I requested Prabhupada, will you please write it? Prabhupada, yes, I'll write for your book. And we are supposed to write that book together, but it's not still come out yet. I'm preparing, praying Prabhupada's mercy. What I'm planning to do is to get the compilations from Prabhupada's writings and try to put it together, that section. Original life is about Krishna.
You know that when one goes to see the spiritual master, one should have an offering. And so we found a wonderful old photograph of his Guru Maharaj. We put it in a frame and Kim beautifully decorated it with pearls and gold paint. It was quite attractive. He had entered the room and was sitting at the end of the room, and on either side were all the senior devotees and sannyasis. And Prabhupada looked to his disciples and he said, where is my Guru Maharaj? There was no photograph of his Guru in the room. I didn't realize that this was Bhaktisiddhanta's appearance day. And at that very moment I walked up to him, approached him, and handed him a picture of his Guru Maharaj. Prabhupada put his hands in a namaste pose and just bowed his head a little to me in gratitude. It was just a wonderful opportunity for me to be able to present something to Srila Prabhupada. He was always so gracious to me. He always treated me with such affection and respect. I was not qualified for anything, yet he always gave me everything.
After Prabhupada arrived, he had darshan, and I was invited to come up. I had my son with me, and I walked in, and Prabhupada said, "Who is this?" I said, "This is my son." And he said, "This is a very nice boy. I want you to take care of him and take care of your family." And I was thinking more about book distribution because that was my service. At the time in the movement, family life was not something that we really thought about. So later on, my son and daughter were put into prison. It was when that happened, I went back to that. And I heard that clear from Prabhupada, take care of your son, take care of your family, and I realized that I failed in that effort. So for 5 years, I did some soul searching. I wanted to really understand the true meaning of family. So I just felt inspired to try to establish an organization to deal with the issue of family. The organization that I've established, it's called Save the Family Foundation. The first thing that we try to do is establish the fact that God has to be the center. And if God is in the center, then there is a foundation on which to build the family on. And I've been able to do that, and now my son and daughter are doing very well. They're living productive lives. And going back to Prabhupada's instruction, that the way to really please my spiritual master is to take care of my son and take care of my family. So I've dedicated myself to that mission.
When he offered Arti to Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati, I was looking from a great distance, and all I could see was an ocean of saffron and dundas. And being in a woman's body, I was so frustrated because I knew I wasn't going to get to see Prabhupada offer the puja, and I was Gaurantai's pujari. So there's a window right beside where Prabhupada was, and I ran around the outside of the building and stood in the window so that I was facing Prabhupada, and I could see every expression, everything he did. And there were other women, they joined me. And then after he would offer the arti paraphernalia to Bhaktisiddhanta, he would turn and he'd offer right to us in the window. And as he was offering the conch shell with the water in it, Prabhupada was looking for the bowl to pour the water in. And he looked over at Balavanta and said, "Bowl, bowl." And Balavanta put his hands up in the air and went, "Honey bowl, honey bowl." And I was like, oh no, he wants a bowl. And Prabhupada, you could see that he was a little perplexed, what am I going to do with this water? And so he turned and he just poured it all over Tulsi Devi. And Balavanta said that Prabhupada asked him, who has dressed the deities? And he said, Titiksha. And he said, very nice. So when Balavanta told me, it's like at least I can take that with me, that I pleased him at least once.
He said, in the middle is the temple, and one side is the Grihastha, and one side is the Brahmacharya. He told the people in Vrindavan, you should all go to Atlanta and see how they're dancing before Gaudi time. So my question was, I was late, but were you dancing before Gaudi time?
Yes. Yes.
Madly dancing.
Yes.
Because Prabhupada remembered that dancing. So just like now everyone's going, not everyone, some people have gone to India for Kumbh Mela. I just got a phone call today. One of my associates, he said, Prabhupada, I want you to go to Kumbh Mela with me right now. Forget it. I'm coming here. This is my Kumbh Mela. This is my Tirtha. My whole life is this place. So I want you to all feel how fortunate you are. Never take this place for granted. Luckily you have devotees like Sikimihiti Prabhu, and now we have Sweta Swarup, Vesasara Prabhu, so many devotees who are maintaining this wonderful place. Janti Balaram, very old devotee from Atlanta. So I'm personally indebted to all of you for maintaining this project. Myself, along with many of the Prabhupada disciples, this is our last phase of life. We're entering into, like Prabhupada said, his last phase was there when he turned 70. Now, by Krishna's grace, I've lived long enough to be 70, 73 actually. So this few years that are remaining, we want to see this temple flourish. Why? So we can have a nice place to come and get prasad. Right? Maybe. So we can all come here and remember Prabhupada. By remembering Srila Prabhupada, your life will be perfect. So the first thing that we want to do is just for a couple of minutes to see if any of you would like to share what Prabhupada means to you. I'll tell you what he means to me my whole life. Before meeting him, I was definitely on a downward trajectory in my life. But Prabhupada, by his grace, lifted me up. And I was telling someone recently when I got initiated, actually, Siki, I was in Chicago before you. Because I got initiated in Chicago. So I was telling this devotee, and practically she started crying. I said, and she's the temple president for Harrisburg, Pennsylvania. I said, I think Jackie, you were there on the call. So I said that when I saw Prabhupada on initiation day, Hare Krishna, on the initiation day, and I was kneeling in front of him, he asked, what are the 4 rules? Then he said, positivity, 16 rounds. But I was looking at him, and I felt ashamed of me, not him, me. Because I knew I had just come from 1971, 72, from here in Atlanta, and I won't discuss what my lifestyle was, but it's not something I want to talk about publicly. And here I am sitting before Prabhupada, and I just felt he could see all the dirt that was in my heart. So Prabhupada means everything to me. He saved me from this ocean of birth and death. Om Jnana Timirantasya, Janan Janan Salakaya, Chakshu Vitamina, Tasmai Shri Guruvena. So I owe everything to Prabhupada. So, Garima, come here. Tell us what Prabhupada means to you.
Hare Krishna. So Prabhupada means a lot to me because without him, there was not going to be any Iskcon, and like there's not going to be any dancing and chanting, no prasadam in the temple. So like he really means a lot to me. Yeah, I'm grateful that I have him, and yeah, that's all I want to say.
Ram tells you, come here.
Babies of this one, huh?
Yeah.
Haribo. So Srila Prabhupada means a whole lot to me. Without him, I don't think I'd be here. I don't think my parents would have met. Srila Prabhupada's everything, and everything to me.
Your father, Prabhupada, disciple.
Yeah. Also, so I look at Srila Prabhupada like my grandfather. So if there's something that I feel like I want to speak to Krishna or Radharani about, Then I'm like, who am I to go approach them? I just tell my dadu, and he'll tell them for me. So yeah, that's what Srila Prabhupada means to me.
Is that Balabhadra 2? Get over here. This is Balabhadra number 2. But I'm Bhattacharya, you just know. What does Prabhupada mean?
What Srila Prabhupada means to me is that it's when your heart realizes what love is. Srila Prabhupada taught me how to learn how to love the Supreme Lord with all my mind, all my body, and all my soul. I learned that from Christ, because Christ has to sit in your heart. And once Christ sits in your heart, then Brenda Devi, she comes. And when she comes, that is when you realize, well, I be the devotee that I'm supposed to be. And that's when Srila Prabhupada made that possible for many of us. While Bhajan was my god brother, along with my other young brothers that were, started with him. That love, the love that he had, coming from Srila Prabhupada, sat in his heart, touched my baby brother's heart, became my senior brother, my next brother. The heart that Srila Prabhupada touched his heart, touched my heart, touched Gopalaj. And that's how it is. It's like a fire. And it burns. And it burns. So, my love here, sometimes you can't explain it to people. You can't explain it. But you feel it. Love is devotion.
Judge Balaram.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. When I came to the temple, I didn't know Prabhupada that much. Because I never met him. But I met Balabhadra, Sikhimaiti Prabhu, Gopal Prabhu. Without their love for Prabhupada, I would have not developed 1 inch of love. They are instrumental to cultivate my Krishna consciousness. The more and more I know more about Prabhupada, the more and more I know about love. Love, you originally, everybody understand that I love somebody, but that's not love. That's called lust and attraction or liking. But love means, when I learned love through Prabhupada and all the devotees, I learned love means sacrifice. And how many people know that love means sacrifice? Even if you are married to your husband, and wife and husband, they each other have to sacrifice for each other. And sacrifice means, just like Radharani says always, I love Krishna. I cannot love without Krishna. What that means, in my opinion, Krishna said, I cannot live without Radharani. And Radharani said, I cannot live without. And separation between the two is increasing more and more love. And Prabhupada teaches every day, because I try to learn as much as possible from Srimad Bhagavatam and Bhagavad Gita. I didn't know much about it when I came here, but Prabhuji and everybody is insisting me that Prabhu, in order to learn anything, you must read. I hear the lecture. The only reason I come, because I'm not a very good reader, I always want to come and hear the lecture from Prabhupada or any devotee. because they are highly elevated. I'm not there anywhere according to them because their sacrifice is more than anybody. To me, they are my Prabhupada. Without them, I would have not been attracted to Radha Madan Mohanji or Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhu. The day I came to the temple, I didn't see Krishna, the devotee or deity of Krishna or Radha. And right there, I asked some of the questions and to all the devotees. And they said, Prabhu, Gaur and Nityanand, they are our deity. They are the Lord. I couldn't accept that word, okay? So I had to, when Jayapataka Maharaj came, I had to ask him, Prabhuji, is there a possibility we can have a Hare Krishna, Radha Madan Mohanji come as a devotee? So a lot of Indian people don't understand Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityanand Prabhuji, and I want them to, more people to bring it. And luckily, Jayapataka Maharaj was very much pleased that he said, yes, we will do it. Prabhu, figure out how if we can do it. We need some $12,000 to $15,000 and it works out. We were able to raise $12,000 to $15,000 and it happened right with the Jayapataka Maharaj. So for me, I'm praising Prabhupada, but at the same time praising my Jayapataka Maharaj and all the devotees. I want to tell you, look at that, how much audience we have out of 5 million people in Atlanta. You are so fortunate because you made a commitment to come to see Radha Madan Mohanji, Gaur Nitai, Lord Jagannath. Without the mercy of them and mercy of your parents, you would have not made it here. And without the mercy of all the devotees, you won't come because it will be dead here. So the devotee is required, and all of the audience also required to grow. And with everybody's presence, we will continue to grow. Hare Krishna. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
So in the interest of time, this is just the first part of our glorification for Srila Prabhupada for his 50th anniversary of coming to Atlanta. And we have a nice program scheduled for, what's the date? 16th and 17th. 16th is Sunday and Monday. So 2 days. So Prabhupada actually came Friday, February 28th, 1974. And then when he arrived here, that same marble Vyasasan, not the cushions, the marble Vyasasan, Prabhupada sat there, nice cushions. And when he entered this room, and we only, as Jantibai said, when he first came, there was no Radha Krishna, just Gaurnitai and Jagannath. So when Prabhupada sat and he saw the Gaurnitai deities, and he gave his arrival address, which from my research is the shortest one he ever gave in the whole time leading Iskcon, less than 2 minutes. And he said, Lord Chaitanya Nityananda, they are so kind, they're so merciful. And he actually said in the beginning, I just came from Caracas, Venezuela, Miami. He said, Miami, not Miami. He said, I see your temple is the best. But what we didn't know, Prabhupada also said that in Caracas. So as Shruti Kirti explained, Prabhupada was in this progressive ecstasy of Lord Chaitanya as he went from temple to temple. He went to Hawaii as well. Ecstasy. And so by the time he came here, the ecstasy was so great that he could not speak more than 2 minutes in the beginning. He says, Krishna, he demands, first of all, surrender. Then Prabhupada quoted partially, Sarvadhamma Prichaja. And then he said, but Chaitanya Mahaprabhu makes no demand. And then Prabhupada became overwhelmed. So he tried to compose himself because more, I think there's maybe 400 or 500 devotees in this room. Actually, that section back there, that was the hallway. It was just this side of the columns. How 500 devotees fit this room, I don't know. Mystic power, the room expanded. So then Prabhupada said, he tried to speak a little more, but he couldn't. He was so overwhelmed. Then he said, just take shelter of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and be happy. Then he left the room. So that night he came back after he situated himself, he came back. And then he sang this song that I'm going to try to sing. It's very difficult to sing it because I think of Prabhupada and how he was sitting there. So what he did was, he sang Parama Karuna. And he asked the devotees if they knew the song. The devotees did not know the song. They never really understood that song. So Prabhupada himself sang, and then after he sang the song, he played Mridanga. He asked the devotees, do you have Mridanga? No, at first he said, did you record it? So one of our devotees recorded the song. And Prabhupada said, play it back. He played it back on the system. And then nobody could follow Prabhupada because the rhythm that he played, which I'll try to follow the best that I can, very interesting rhythm. See, he's our technician. So the rhythm that he played is well, actually he sang it without Mridanga, without partners. He said, Parama Karuna Ahundvijan Nitai Gaura Chanda
Jaya
Prabhupada ki jai. So I humbly request all of you in these next few weeks, we have. I've been working with some other devotees to do kirtans. Today we finished 18 kirtans, different places going here and there. And then tomorrow another one. Tonight we're doing kirtan. So for Srila Prabhupada, we're offering 50 kirtans to his lotus feet. So if anyone would like to have a kirtan in your home, or if you want to gather in the park, or if you want to join us downtown, participate in this nice offering to Srila Prabhupada for his glory. Because that was his mission. We all know that when he came to America, the only thing he had, he said, I did not have madanga, I did not have harmonium, I had no money, but he had faith in the holy names. So that's what he's given us. The real love of Krishna comes from chanting the holy names of the Lord in Kali Yuga. Those who have good intelligence, Sumedasa. Su means good, Medasa means intelligence. So those who have good intelligence in Kali Yuga, they take to the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, to the Sankirtan. So if you take anything from this remembrance of Srila Prabhupada for this 50th anniversary, remember how important chanting Hare Krishna was to him, and especially public chanting. Right? Without that public chanting, we would not be here. Because Prabhupada took a risk in the beginning. He had nothing. In fact, sometimes Prabhupada said he was going hungry at night. He was didn't have anything. But he had faith in the holy name. So by that chanting, Tompkins Square Park, New York, you're all sitting here by his grace. So we should embrace that very seriously for the rest of our lives. Try to do the best we can to spread the glories of the holy name all around. And one other thing that Prabhupada wanted so much, he gave the 7 purposes of Iskcon. I won't embarrass anyone asking you, do you know the 7 purposes? But I want to emphasize the 3rd purpose. And the 3rd purpose of this movement that Prabhupada envisioned was to bring the members of the society closer together and nearer to Krishna, the prime entity. And to develop within the society and mankind at large the sense that we're all part and parcel of the Godhead, Krishna. We're all the same family, Krishna family. So let's keep that in our heart. That's what Prabhupada wanted. He wanted us to be a unified family. It's like Bhagavad number 2 was talking about his two brothers. They were both initiated directly by Srila Prabhupada. His one brother, Kali, he was living in Columbus, Georgia? Yeah, Columbus. And he used to hitchhike from Columbus, Georgia to the Sunday feast. And I was shocked. I mean, that was back in the time when racial tensions were very heavy in Georgia and all that. This young man was so determined to come to the Sunday feast. And then his other brother, Ramtak, Prabhupada decided. And then my dear close associate, Balabhadra too. Because of Prabhupada, we're all here as a family. So let's give our praise and thanks to Srila Prabhupada. Jai Srila Prabhupada ki! Jai Prabhupada ki! Jai Prabhupada ki! Jai! Oh, Premanandi.
We just have some recognition, Sway Catholic.
Hare Krishna. So let's give a big round of applause for Prabhupada Super 69 people. They are disciples. And we are very grateful to them being here for today, for Super Saturday, Prabhupada. So we heard how Prabhupada came here, we saw the movie, beautiful. And we hope more and more devotees will participate in Prabhupada Super Saturday. So we have today our sponsor for this Super Saturday feast for Srila Prabhupada and all the devotees here. So we like to call Parimal Majumdar and Dipal. Mataji, please come forward. Today is also her birthday. Actually, she sponsored the whole feast for a whole year almost, except for 2 months. 2 months, Balabhadra did it. So we're going to chant a little happy birthday for her. Today is what yours. How young you are? So we're going to chant happy birthday to Dimple. Dimple Parimal Madhu is just a dimple. And that's her good husband. He's also very dedicated and always come to the temple, always very supportive to the temple also. So we're very grateful to them. So let's chant a happy birthday for her. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Dimple. Happy birthday to you. Now please raise your hand and tilt towards her, bless her, so she can remain at the lotus feet of Srila Prabhupada for throughout her life. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Bol.
Thank you, everyone. Actually, before, so when Balabhadra Prabhu came and asked how Srila Prabhupada affected your life or how you were connected with Srila Prabhupada, I never met him. I came to know him by reading book. When I first was coming to Atlanta, I knew I was coming from Bangladesh and I'm coming to Atlanta. And there's a temple, Iskcon temple in Bangladesh also, but I was asking my uncle, who actually brought me the book for Srila Prabhupada, I was asking him, is there any Iskcon temple? And he said, oh yeah, there should be Iskcon temple in all cities in US. So, but I was living in Athens, so I was asking my husband to find the temple in Atlanta. So I think it was maybe around 2003, probably first time I came to this temple, and I was so happy. I was so happy when I saw Prabhupada picture over here and the Prabhupada statue or deities over there. I felt like that he's sitting there because I never saw him. And I read a lot of books that he wrote. And then that day, actually this temple is so auspicious, and today I realized why it is. The same moment I was praying that, oh God, if I could have a house near this temple so that I can come whenever I want to, right? So at that time I was in Athens. I moved to Atlanta in 2008, but we started looking for a house from 2006. House prices are very high that time, and that was beyond our reach. So we kept looking to just be nearby. You know how expensive near this area. So finally, it was not just very close, but finally we got a house in 2010. So I was so happy that, and since then we are just close by. So I'm very, very grateful. So, so he means a lot to me, and this temple, I'm just so happy that this temple is here. So I can come, I can see Srila Prabhupada, I can see all the deities, all the devotees, they are all here. And they are always like so kind and helpful. I feel like always Prabhupada's blessing is with me, his kindness is with me. And the same thing, I see the reflection of him in all devotees over here. So Hare Krishna.
Thank you. So the next Super Saturday is the 1st of March, okay? It's consciousness. So you still have one more month to participate with Prabhupada Super Saturday. And then tomorrow is a Sunday feast from 4 to 6 p.m. Please come. Okay, and now we'll serve prasadam. Prasadam will serve inside. We'll sit. And some devotees can be volunteer to serve prasadam. And after the prasadam is over, please some volunteer. We need some volunteer to clean the temple also, because next day there is a Mangalarati in the morning. Please also. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.